How's it going, YouTube? I am the Tominator, and this is my associate, General Beauregard. And today, for the latest installment of the Pyramyd Airsoft Blog that I write for PyramydAir.com, we're going to be revisiting the A&K M60VN machine gun that I've been in the process of reviewing for the last couple weeks now. And for those of you that have been following along with my progress, you'll know that I've had some bumps and bruises along the way, having some trouble initially with the hop-up, and then foolishly thinking I could use a big boy LiPo battery pack with a 30C discharge rating, which is way too high. I know, I'm kind of an idiot sometimes, and people trolled me for it. That's cool, I earned that one. But anyway, I made a few adjustments, and so basically what I did was swap out the old trigger switch that I kind of burned up a little bit, and I wrote a blog showing some of the pictures about that yesterday on airsoftblog.com that you can check out. There'll also be a link in the description. And swapped out that trigger, threw in a slightly heavier spring, a 120 spring, to give it just a little bit more zest, because if you saw the videos from the prior sessions I was doing, FPS was pretty low and the trajectory was kind of dropping off even with the hop-up on. So I bumped up the FPS a little bit with that spring, which, by the way, this gun has a quick change spring in it, spring release, so that's really handy. You can swap out the spring about 5 minutes between all the little screws and pulling the gearbox out, swapping the thing. And so very easy, very nice feature. A lot of guns we're seeing these days that are coming out are having that feature. This one's actually an older gun, but anyway, it's got the feature, very easy. And lastly, I used a different battery, of course, with a lower C rating. I didn't have what I've done some research and I didn't have the 15C battery, which is generally what I see a lot of people recommending. But I did have a 20C battery, and I tried it and it worked, so that's what I used. But anyway, it was an 11.1 volt LiPo, and so here are the results from my testing today. Check it out. Get some, boy! Yeah! So that's a little better now, isn't it? Alright. Now, since the General here was refusing to wear eye protection, I did not allow him out on the range with me, but rest assured that when I played the footage back for him, he was equally as excited as I was. So, obviously, if you've seen the video, and I'll put a link in the video to the old footage in this video, you'll know that that was a substantial improvement, not only just in the flatness of the flight path and the hop-up working properly, but also the groupings were a lot tighter. Even though I was hitting the target in the last test that I did, there was a lot bigger spread, and there was a lot more BBs kind of flying around the target. This one, maybe one or two per burst, looked like it was kind of flying off. But for the most part, pretty tight grouping. And while there was some spread on the target, I will say that because we're dealing with a machine gun here, personally, I prefer just a little bit of a spread, because we're dealing with a gun that's technically designed to provide suppressing fire for your fire team, or to help you, if you're just by yourself, move up while you're shooting and keeping the op force head down. So having all those rounds hit the exact same spot each time is a little redundant for me. I like a little bit of spread. It kind of keeps heads down a lot easier, I think. But that's my personal opinion. Anyway, I mean, look at that right there. That's a dead guy. I mean, this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet. and I mean, just destroyed here. So I'm pretty happy with that result. So also keep in mind the target from the tip of the barrel to the target was about 31 yards or 150 feet. About 29 meters for my metric friends out there. So as far as I'm concerned, I mean, that's about almost, that's headshots right there. Not bad. Not that you really want to be aiming for people's heads, because it's kind of rude, but if that's the only thing they're showing, then, you know, feel free to take the shot and get the hit, assuming they call it. So while the M60 does have an onboard MOSFET in it that is in there to basically control the rate of fire, and I'm not sure if it helps to redirect the heat from the battery off of the trigger or not, but personally I'd rather have like an extreme fire MOSFET or equivalent quality MOSFET unit in there. If you're going to be running LiPos in there, even running the lower C rating, I think it's just kind of good practice to protect the longevity of your gun. You're also going to get a lot of other benefits in there from the active braking and a couple other things depending on the unit. So basically I'm going to go ahead and declare the A&K M60 machine gun here officially combat effective now. I think I could comfortably take that out to a game and have a lot of fun with it now, and not get too frustrated, if at all, with its performance, because that was a lot better. And I would probably venture a guess that if I really got into the gearbox and into the hop-up unit and really kind of tweak things up, tune things up a bit, I could probably increase the groupings a little bit. But if you're not really into that, it really, in the whole scheme of things, didn't take a whole lot of effort for me to get this thing fixed up to where I'm now happy with it. So I'm now going to go ahead and recommend the gun, whereas before I couldn't do that. But so thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more reviews. I do update the Airsoft blog for Pyramyd Air daily, and that's at airsoftblog.com. Also check us out on Facebook, which is if you just search for Pyramyd Airsoft on Facebook, you can find us. I'll have links in the description. We're also on Twitter, twitter.com/PyramydAir. And keep watching. Stay classy. You have any final thoughts? Have a good one. Perfect. Looking good.